The punch that changed boxing forever. Miami Beach, February 25, 1964. Round 7. Sonny Liston, the most feared puncher in boxing history, sits on his stool, looks at his corner, and says 5 words that shock the world. "I can't go on, man." The unbeatable champion quits. Against a 22-year-old kid nobody gave a chance. But here's what the cameras didn't show. Ollie didn't beat Liston with his fists. He beat him with something Liston had never faced before. Something that didn't exist in boxing until that night. A weapon Malcolm X taught him in a Harlem diner 6 months earlier. Over chicken and rice. 3 words that would change fighting forever. 6 months before the Liston fight. August 1963. Small restaurant in Harlem, 2 a.m., most tables empty. Malcolm X sits across from young Cassius Clay. Ollie's not Ollie yet. Still using his slave name as Malcolm calls it, still figuring out who he is. Ollie just signed to fight Sonny Liston. Everyone thinks he's insane. Liston destroyed Floyd Patterson in 2 minutes. Did it twice. First round knockout, then first round knockout again. Patterson was a 2-time champion. Looked like a child against Liston. Liston's different. Prison background, mob connections. Hands the size of dinner plates, punches that end careers. They say he hits harder than Marciano, harder than Louis, maybe the hardest puncher in history. And Ollie, he's fast, he's talented, he talks too much. But he's never fought anyone like Liston. Nobody has. Malcolm orders food. Ollie's too nervous to eat, picks at his rice. Malcolm says, "You scared of him?" Ollie wants to lie. Wants to say no, can't, says, "Yeah." Malcolm nods, says, "Good. Fear is information. Most people run from it, warriors use it." Ollie says, "How do I use fear?" Malcolm says, "First, understand what Liston is." Ollie says, "He's a destroyer. Strongest puncher in boxing." Malcolm shakes his head. Says, "No. Liston is a slave." Ollie looks confused. Malcolm continues, not literally, but mentally. Liston was shaped by white America. Prison system, mob bosses. They taught him one thing. Power equals violence. Hit harder, win bigger. That's his whole philosophy. That's his whole existence. Ollie listens carefully now. Malcolm says, "But there's a problem with that philosophy. When your only weapon is violence, you're predictable. You're limited. You're controllable." Ollie says, "So how do I beat violence?" Malcolm leans forward. Says 3 words. "Destroy is reality." Ollie doesn't understand. Says, "What does that mean?" Malcolm explains. Liston believes in physical dominance, believes the biggest, strongest, most violent man wins. That's his reality. That's his whole worldview. If you try to outmuscle him, outpower him, you confirm his reality. And in his reality, he destroys you. Ollie says, "So I don't try to match his power." Malcolm says, "You do something he can't comprehend. You show him that his entire understanding of fighting is wrong. You make him question everything he believes about boxing. About himself." Malcolm takes a napkin, draws a simple diagram, 2 circles, points to first circle. This is Liston's world. Power, aggression, violence. Everyone he's fought has played by these rules. Even when they tried to box, they still respected his power. Still fought his fight. Points to second circle. This is your world. Speed, movement, angles, distance, psychology. You don't just beat him physically. You break him mentally. Make him fight a fight that doesn't exist in his reality. Ollie stares at the napkin, starting to understand. Malcolm says, "You ever see a man try to fight smoke? That's what you become. You're not there when he swings. You're not where he expects. You hit him from angles he doesn't know exist. And every time he misses, every time he looks foolish, you destroy a piece of his reality." Ollie says, "But he's so strong. If he catches me." Malcolm interrupts, "He won't catch you. Because you won't be there. But more important, by round 5, round 6, he won't believe he can catch you. And that's when you've won. Not when you knock him out. When he stops believing in himself." Malcolm continues, "Physical defeat happens in the ring. Mental defeat happens in the mind. You're not just fighting Sonny Liston the boxer. You're fighting Sonny Liston's belief system. And belief is fragile. Break the belief, break the man. Ollie says, "How do I break his belief?" Malcolm says, "You make him look slow. Make him look old. Make him look foolish. Do it in front of the world. Do it while talking to him. While laughing. While making it look easy." Because Liston's power comes from fear, everyone's afraid of him. That fear makes them hesitate, makes them defensive, makes them predictable. But what happens when someone isn't afraid? What happens when someone treats him like he's nothing special? Ollie's eyes light up, understanding clicks. Malcolm says, "His reality collapses, and when a man's reality collapses, his body follows." February 25, 1964, Miami Beach Convention Hall, 8:42 p.m. Ollie walks to the ring, bouncing, dancing, yelling at Liston. Everyone thinks it's just Ollie, being loud, being arrogant. But watch his eyes, cold, focused, calculating. This isn't nervousness, this is strategy. Liston walks to the ring, no emotion, dead eyes. This is a man who's hurt people, who's ended careers, who's sent fighters to hospitals. The betting odds, 7-1 Liston. Nobody gives Ollie a chance. Round 1. Bell rings. Ollie does something nobody expects, doesn't try to dance away. Doesn't try to survive, he attacks. Jabs Liston's face, once, twice, 3 times, fast, sharp, then dances back. Liston comes forward, throws a left hook, power behind it. Would knock out most heavyweights, Ollie's not there. 6 inches away from where Liston expected. The punch cuts air, Ollie circles, jabs again. Liston's head snaps back. You can see it in Liston's eyes, confusion. This isn't how it's supposed to go. Fighters are supposed to be cautious around him. Supposed to respect his power. Ollie doesn't respect it. Treats Liston like he's ordinary. Round 2. Ollie's confidence growing. Starts talking. "You're too slow, old man." Jab, jab, right hand. "Come on. Show me something." Liston swings. Heavy right hand. Misses by a foot. Ollie laughs, actually laughs in the ring. During a fight with the scariest man in boxing. That all you got? More jabs, combination, dance away. Liston's breathing harder now, not from exertion, from frustration. From confusion. His reality is cracking. Round 3. Liston changes strategy. Tries to cut the ring, force Ollie into corners. Use his size advantage. Ollie sees it coming. Uses angles Liston doesn't expect. Pivots out. Circles away. Keeps distance perfect. Not too far, still landing jabs. Not too close, never in danger. Perfect distance control. Like Malcolm said, be smoke. Liston's punches getting slower. Not physically tired, mentally tired. Every missed punch costs him belief. Round 4. Something happens nobody can explain. Ollie's eyes start burning. Rub them between rounds. Something on Liston's gloves, something in the ring. Nobody knows. Ollie can barely see. Tells his corner, "Cut the gloves off." "I can't see." His trainer, Angelo Dundee, refuses. Says, "This is the big one, Daddy. We're not quitting." Pushes Ollie back out. Round 5. Ollie fighting half blind. Can't see Liston clearly. Just shadows, just shapes. Does something incredible. Relies entirely on timing and distance. On instinct. Keeps moving. Keeps jabbing where he knows Liston's face should be. Liston smells blood. This is his chance. Charges forward. Throws everything. Ollie survives, on pure skill, pure instinct, dancing with closed eyes. Jabbing at ghosts. The round ends. Ollie's eyes clear slightly. Tears streaming, vision returning. Round 6. Ollie's vision coming back. And he's angry now. Angry at himself for almost quitting. Angry at Liston for existing. Angry at everyone who said he'd lose. Unleashes everything. Combination after combination. Liston's face swelling. Blood from his nose. Ollie's not just boxing now. He's making a statement. You ain't nothing. You ain't nothing. Jab, jab, hook, right hand. Liston stumbles. Doesn't fall, but stumbles. His reality fully broken now. This kid, this loudmouth kid from Louisville, is destroying him. Round 7. Liston sits on his stool. His corner working on him, trying to motivate him. Then he says it. Those 5 words. "I can't go on. Man." His corner looks shocked. Says, "What? "You're Sonny Liston, get up." Liston shakes his head. "I can't go on," he quits. Doesn't come out for round 7. The referee stops the fight. Muhammad Ali still Cassius Clay to the world is the heavyweight champion of the world. After the fight, reporters swarm Ali, ask, "How did you do it? How did you beat Sonny Liston?" Ali yells, "I shook up the world. I'm the greatest, I told you I was the greatest." But later, in his hotel room, alone with Malcolm, he says something different. Says, "You were right, I didn't beat him with punches. I beat him with his own mind." Malcolm nods, says, "You destroyed his reality. Showed him that violence isn't ultimate power. That speed beats strength, that intelligence beats aggression. That a free mind beats a slave mind." Ali says, "He quit." Sonny Liston, the toughest man in boxing, quit. "I didn't knock him out, he quit." Malcolm says, "Because you showed him something he couldn't process, couldn't accept, couldn't integrate into his worldview. So his worldview collapsed, and when your worldview collapses, you can't fight anymore. Can't do anything. Just sit there, defeated by your own limitations." Ali's quiet, thinking. Malcolm continues, "This is bigger than boxing. Brother, what you just did. That's what we need to do to white supremacy. Don't match their violence. Don't play their game. Destroy their reality. Show them a black man who can't be intimidated, can't be controlled, can't be broken. Make them question everything they believe about race, about power, about dominance." Ali says, "But they're going to come after me now, going to try to destroy me." Malcolm says, "Of course, because you're dangerous now. Not because you can fight, because you proved that their whole system is based on fear and belief. And you just showed the world that fear can be overcome, that belief can be changed. That's why they'll strip your title in 3 years. That's why they'll try to put you in prison, not because you refused to go to Vietnam. Because you destroyed the reality they built. The reality where black men know their place, where champions shut up and fight. Where power means doing what you're told." Ali says, "So what do I do?" Malcolm says, "Same thing you did tonight. Be smoke, be everywhere they're not. Say things they don't expect, move in ways they can't predict. And every time they swing at you and miss, their reality cracks a little more." 2 weeks after the Liston fight, Ali announces he's joining the Nation of Islam, changing his name. Becoming Muhammad Ali. White America loses its mind. They were okay with Cassius Clay, the loud, entertaining fighter. The showman that fit their reality. Black entertainers are fine as long as they entertain. But Muhammad Ali, a black Muslim who refuses his slave name, who speaks about black pride and white oppression, that destroys their reality. Sports writers refuse to use his new name. Keep calling him Cassius Clay. Television hosts mock him. Politicians condemn him. 3 years later, April 1967, the draft notice comes. Ali refuses, says those famous 5 words from the first video. "I ain't got no quarrel with them Viet Cong." They strip his title, revoke his license, take everything. But remember what Malcolm taught him. Destroy their reality. They expect him to apologize, to back down, to be afraid. He's not afraid. Because he already learned how to fight someone scarier than the government. He already beat Sonny Liston by breaking his reality. Now he's doing it to America. Ali says in interviews, "You want me to go to Vietnam and kill people who never called me nigger, never lynched my people, never enslaved my ancestors. Why? To prove I'm a good American." Sonny Liston taught me something. He thought power was about being the scariest person in the room, about making everyone afraid. But I showed him that fear is a choice. And I chose not to be afraid. Now the government is trying to be Sonny Liston, trying to scare me into submission, but I already learned that lesson. You can't scare someone who doesn't believe in your reality. Reporter asks, "But aren't you afraid of going to prison?" Ali says, "Of course, I'm terrified, but Malcolm X taught me something else. He said fear is information, not instruction. Fear tells you what's at stake, doesn't tell you what to do. I'm afraid of prison. But I'm more afraid of becoming someone I'm not. More afraid of confirming their reality that black men will do anything to avoid punishment, that we can be controlled through fear." Another reporter, "Do you regret beating Liston, becoming champion? If you'd lost, you wouldn't be in this position." Ali thinks. Long pause. You know what Liston's problem was? He let other people define his reality. Prison system told him he was violent. Mob told him he was a weapon. Boxing told him he was a destroyer. He became all those things because he believed that's all he could be. I refuse to let anyone define my reality. The government says I'm a draft dodger. I say I'm a conscientious objector. They say I'm unpatriotic. I say I'm more patriotic than the people sending poor kids to die in a war they don't understand. I don't regret beating Liston. I regret that it took me so long to understand what that fight meant. It wasn't about boxing. It was about showing the world that you can redefine reality. That you don't have to accept the rules they give you. Flash forward. Modern boxing, MMA, combat sports today. Fighters are stronger than ever, faster than ever, more technical than ever, but watch them fight. Most are still fighting Liston's fight. Power, aggression, violence. Whoever hits harder wins. They missed the lesson. Ali didn't revolutionize boxing by inventing new punches, by training harder, by being more athletic. He revolutionized it by understanding that fighting happens in two places, the ring and the mind. And the mind comes first. Think about his famous fights. The rumble in the jungle. Everyone expects him to dance, use his speed against Foreman. He does the opposite, leans on the ropes, takes punishment, rope-a-dope. Why? Because Foreman's reality is based on intimidation through power. So Ali shows him that power is meaningless if it can't land effectively. Destroys Foreman's reality. Foreman quits mentally in round 8. Body follows. The thriller in the Nilo. Frazier, a man who never quits, never stops, never breaks. The toughest man Ali ever fought. Ali can't destroy Frazier's reality through speed or tricks. Frazier's too tough, too committed. So Ali does something different, makes it a war of wills. Says, "This is what it costs to beat me. Are you willing to pay it?" Both men nearly die in that ring. Both men push past human limits. But Ali's reality includes suffering. Frazier's doesn't. Ali wins. Each fight, Ali's asking the same question Malcolm taught him. What reality does my opponent believe in? How do I destroy it? Modern fighters don't ask that question. They ask, how do I land more punches? How do I be stronger, faster, more aggressive? They're still playing Liston's game. Here's what Malcolm X taught Muhammad Ali over chicken and rice at 2 a.m. in Harlem. Destroy his reality. 3 words that beat Sonny Liston. 3 words that defied the U.S. government. 3 words that changed boxing forever. But here's what they don't teach you. Destroying someone else's reality starts with building your own. Liston's reality was given to him by prison, by the mob, by white America. He never questioned it, just accepted it. Lived it, died in it. Ali built his own reality. Decided who he was, what he believed, what he'd fight for, what he wouldn't compromise on. When you have your own reality, your own principles, your own beliefs, your own identity, you can't be broken. That's what the $50,000 was about in the first video. That briefcase full of cash wasn't testing Ali's honesty, it was testing his reality. If he took the money, he'd confirm their reality. Everyone has a price. Everyone can be bought. Power means money. He refused. Because in his reality, power means something different, means integrity, means principle, means standing for something when everyone else is sitting down. Same with Vietnam. They offered him comfort, offered him safety. Just put on the uniform. Do some exhibition fights for the troops. Keep your title, keep your money, keep your freedom. He said no. Because in his reality, freedom isn't something they give you. It's something you take by refusing to be controlled. You want to know why Muhammad Ali is the greatest? Not because he beat Sonny Liston, not because he refused Vietnam, not because he won the title 3 times, because he destroyed the reality they built for him and replaced it with his own. And once you do that, once you stop living in their reality and start living in yours, you become unstoppable, not unbeatable. Ali lost fights, lost years, lost money, lost freedom, but unstoppable. Because you can't stop someone who isn't playing your game. So here's the question. Whose reality are you living in? The one they gave you, or the one you built? Because right now, someone is trying to define you. Your family, your boss, your government, society, culture, media. They're telling you who you are, what you can do, where you belong, what's possible, and you have a choice. Accept their reality. Play their game. Be predictable. Be controllable. Be safe. Or do what Ollie did. Build your own reality. Define your own terms. Create your own game. It will cost Ollie everything. His title, his prime years, his reputation. But it gave him something more valuable, himself. Malcolm X told Ollie, destroy his reality. But first, Malcolm had to teach Ollie to build his own. That lesson, that conversation over chicken and rice, 2 a.m. cost Malcolm his life. 2 years after teaching Ollie, February 21, 1965, assassinated, shot 15 times. Because Malcolm destroyed white America's reality. And they couldn't allow it, but here's what they didn't understand. You can kill a man, but you can't kill his reality once it's been passed on. Malcolm gave it to Ollie. Ollie gave it to the world. Now it's yours, son Ekron. Whose reality are you living in? And what will it cost you to build your own?